Net Nostalgia Forum. Television. Local. Sky Shale 033. Subject. Candle Cove. Local kids show. Does anyone remember this kids show? It was called Candle Cove. I must have been 6 or 7. I never found any reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 71, 72. I lived in Ironton at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 p.m. Mike Painter, 65. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. It seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland. I was 9 years old in 72. Candle Cove. Was it about pirates? I remember a pirate marionette at the mouth of a cave talking to a little girl. Sky Shale 033. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Yes! Okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. He looked like he was built from parts of other dolls. Real low budget. His head was of an old porcelain baby doll. He looked like an antique that didn't belong on the body. I don't remember what station it was. I don't remember what the fuck it was on though. Jaren, 2005. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean, Sky Shale. I think Candle Cove only ran for a couple months in 71, not 72. I was 12 and I watched it a few times with my brother. It was channel 58, whatever station that was. My mom would let me switch it to it after the news. Let me see what I can remember. It took place in Candle Cove. It was about a little girl who imagined herself to be friends with pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughingstock, and Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. And there was a calliope music constantly playing. Don't remember the girl's name. Janice, Jade, or something. I think it was Janice. Sky Shale 033. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Thank you, Jaren. Memories flooded back when you mentioned the Laughingstock in channel 58. I remember the bow of the ship was a wooden smiling face, with the lower jaw submerged. It looks like it was swallowing the sea, and it had that awful Ed Wynn voice and laugh. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from the wooden plastic model to the foam puppet version of the head that talked. Mike Painter, 65. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Haha, I remember now too. Do you remember the part, Sky Shell? You have to go inside. Sky Shell 033. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Ugh, Mike, I got a chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was a spooky place he had to go into, like a cave or a dark room where the treasure was, and the camera would push in on Laughingstock's face with each pause. You have to go inside, with his two eyes askew and that flopping foam jaw and the fishing line that opened and closed it. It looked so cheap and awful. You guys remember the villain? He had a face with a handlebar mustache above really tall narrow teeth. Kevin Hart. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. I honestly thought the villain was Pirate Percy. I was about 5 when this show was on. Nightmare fuel. Jaren, 2005. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. That wasn't the villain. The puppet with the mustache. That was the villain's sidekick. Horse Horrible. He had a monocle too. I think atop of the mustache. I used to think he only had one eye. But yeah, the villain was another marionette. The Skin Taker. I can't believe they let us watch this stuff back then. Mike Painter, 65. Subject, RE, Candle Cove, local kids show. Yeah, I think so. I remember his mouth didn't open and close. His jaw just slid back and forth. I remember the little girl said, "Why does your mouth move like that?" And the skin taker didn't look at the girl, but at the camera and said, "To grind your skin." Skyshale 033. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. I'm so relieved that other people remember this terrible show. I used to just have this awful memory. A bad dream where I had the opening jingle ended. The show just faded in from black, and all the characters were there. But the camera was just cutting to each of their faces, and they were just screaming. And the puppets and marionettes were flailing spastically, and all just screaming. The girl was moaning and crying, like she had been through hours of this. I woke up many of times from that nightmare. I used to wet the bed when I had it. Kevin Hart. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I think that was an episode. Skyshale 033. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. No. Not possible. There was no plot or anything. I mean, literally just standing in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. Kevin Hart. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. Maybe I'm manufacturing the memory because you said that, but I swear to God I remember seeing exactly what you described. They just screamed. Jaren, 2005. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. Oh God, yeah, the little girl, Janice. I remember seeing her shake, and the skin taker screaming through his gnashing teeth, his jaw careening so widely I thought it would come off its higher wire hinges. I turned it off, and it was the last time I watched it. I ran off to tell my brother if we didn't have the courage to turn it back on. Mike Painter, 65. Subject RE. Candle Cove. Local kids show. I visited my mom today at the nursing home. I asked her about that when I was little in the early 70s, when I was 8 or 9, if she remembered a kids show called Candle Cove. She said I was surprised I could remember that and why I asked. She said it's because I used to think it was strange that I'm gonna watch Candle Cove now, Mom, and that you wouldn't tune the TV to static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show.